I hate this. I hate this. I hate this.
I want to use that as a meme. That needs to be used as a meme. When we're like, damn it, we couldn't find the church. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this.
Hopefully we'll get to do more stuff in the future with different people also interested in churches. It will all be cut out though. Eddie, what would you...
Hello, guys, and welcome back to episode 3 of the Church Hunters podcast, everyone's favorite podcast. Today with us, we have Eddie Austin.
Hello, guys.
So, Eddie here is one of our guys that does a little bit of everything in the background. So you might see him do some church hunting in some of the videos. You'll quite often see him at the events if you come to this at the events. But now Eddie is going to tell you a little bit about himself.
Hey, guys. I'm Eddie. I recently joined Church Hunters because Kai and Samuel here I've met at high school, thinking after high school I wouldn't have any career path, but they gave me an opportunity to join this company of Church Hunters Limited. Every time I be here and work with them, I really enjoy it. All the events, all the times we go see some churches, I find it a really good experience and I find it really fun. When I do the events, meeting new people about churches and just telling you about the history, it's really interesting and I really enjoy it. But every time I get an opportunity to work with these lot, it's really fun and I really do appreciate it. And I just find it the best with spending time with everyone in the team.
Lovely.
That was the most enthusiastic thing I've ever heard in my life.
I hate this. I hate this. I hate this.
I want to use that as a meme. That needs to be used as a meme. When we're like, damn it, we couldn't find the church. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this.
We're just like, oh, we have to redo this. I hate this.
I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. Right, guys. So that was a little bit about Eddie. So me and Samuel are going to tell you a little bit about his job role. Eddie will jump in every now and again, and then we're going to ask Eddie some questions. So enjoy. So Samuel, I'm going to ask you some questions first.
Okay. Yep.
As a employee of this company, Eddie, what do you think that his job role is that brings importance to the company overall?
Making sure everything, like when I do events, everything goes to plan, making sure we got all the right stuff, right equipment and stuff like that, so everything can go smoothly. Also, like the social media stuff, he does really well on that, and I think everything he posts does really well. So yeah, everything he does for the company is amazing. So
Thank you. So, Eddie, what do you think about Kai within the business? What sorts of stuff does he bring to the team?
he's a really good boss. He's really good boss. Like same as you, Samuel. He does the same. He brings really good leadership, teamwork, making sure everyone gets things done in the company, which what we need is a strong leader and everything sorted.
Thanks, Eddie. Appreciate it. Right. I was going to ask you a question about Project X as well. So I'm not going to ask if you're enjoying it because
It's
I
not
feel
done
like
yet.
that's just going to tell too much about
Yeah.
what Project X actually is. But Eddie, so in terms of Project X, our upcoming big project for the company, what do you think of this project as a whole so far as it's coming along? What do you think of how it's going to bring everyone together? And what do you think it's going to do for the company as a whole, without obviously revealing too much?
I think it would be good for the company because we know each other well, but bonding together and having a good time will be pretty good for us. But as Project X is coming up for myself, I'm very excited and I'm looking forward to it, spending time with everyone, getting to know each other very well, and just very excited for the whole thing to come up, really. So
Yeah, it should be really exciting. We've got again, we can't say much, but we're going to have drones. We're going to have lots of the team there. So it's just going to be really fun. It's going to be good for team bonding. And we should have a really good time and see some lovely churches. Okay, Eddie, what would you say is your favourite church or one of your favourite churches?
Probably Charlesfield. Really enjoyed that. Like, really good church. Really fascinating about the history and learning about how it got built, what year it was built, and just all round interesting.
Yeah, that's kind of where we first took you and Dan to do training. And that's where we found the bell in the porch, which was quite cool. That's quite a good church.
And what do you think you've learned overall from the company as a whole? So obviously including like history, like what sort of history things have you learned, but also what have you learned like from working with a team wise and working like as a family company rather than just every other company that's very just you do this here to make money.
Well, as working with church hunters is really chill. It's still serious work, but I find it really good atmosphere, good people to be around, family friendly, lovely. Like, it's just when I go out looking for a new church, finding as much history as I can about the church, like the bricks, any marks of like history on the church telling us how old it is. We try and tend to take a picture of, and I get it up for my two bosses here.
Good to know. Thank you, Eddie.
No worries.
Eddie, what would you say your favourite event you've been to so far is? Because you've done Framlingham. We finished Framlingham on Saturday at about 2 a.m. Got up at 5, came to pick you up, and then went there, and it was a bit tiring. But you've done
It was
Martlesham
a
as
very
well.
interesting couple of days.
Yeah. So yeah, what was your favourite event that you've done so far?
All of them really. I loved all of them, even if we feel like we didn't do very well. But I feel like as myself, personal opinions, I feel like we did well because we're getting our name out there little by little, but we're slowly getting our name out there, which is the main importance for this company.
So where do you see Church Hunters going in the future? Do you see it being very profitable, or staying as it is, or getting even worse?
I see it going very far because all our work is based on social media, which social media is a massive place, and I feel like we'll get some recognition somewhere. But I see ourselves in 5 years quite profitable and doing very well.
I mean, no one's ever done anything like this before. We're the first to ever do what we're doing, the way we're doing it. I mean, most companies or most YouTubers do go abroad for their 1 million subscriber special, but we're traveling all the time. We're going all over the world, and you just don't see that from many people, many
And
businesses anyway.
obviously, the only other big company that's known that does something similar to us would be the Historic Church Trust. But obviously, they very much focus on targeting one certain generation and pretty much only reaching out through the community, whereas we're using the community multiple countries, we're using our friends, and we're using social media as one of our main outreaches.
Yeah, we try and work more with other companies rather than against them. So we'll never say, oh, they're our competitors. We always try and work with them, do projects with them. Hopefully, we'll get to do more stuff in the future with different people. Let's find a bit more about you. So, where are you originally from, and what are your career ambitions for the future?
I was born in Ipswich. I kind of want to be a mechanic as my full-time dream job, but recently I work in Pizza Hut.
I know we're going to do 1 or 2 events during Christmas where we might have Dan dressed up as Father Christmas. Would you be interested in joining us for that? Because it should be, I might be dressed as an elf. It would probably be a bit of fun.
Yeah, of course.
So Eddie in the future will probably become our events manager. So you'll probably see him maybe doing more behind the scenes work, actually organising events once we have a bigger team, because there's no point doing it at the moment. But it's quite a big job role.
So Eddie, if you got to choose which part of the team you were involved in, which team would you be involved in and why?
I'm happy staying in my events team. I find it really enjoyable, really fun. But if I had to pick one role, I'll pick the photography side of like church hunter. I find that really interesting, but I'm happy to do any role. If I had to pick one, it'd be that one. But any role would be good for me.
Amazing, good
Nice.
to know. So all of our roles here at Church Hunters have certain things that they do. Each person is trained specifically for that job role. So each of our Church Hunters go through 3 months of training before they are allowed to go out in the field without a supervisor. And then after that, they will go through another month where they will be with someone who has been there a bit longer until eventually they can go out on their own and do church hunting. But for Eddie's role here, being the events manager, this is something the company has never done before. Obviously, we started by purely doing church hunting. That's what we did. So events is something that is very new to us. So Eddie, what do you think of what training you've done overall so far, and how have we maybe helped you so far?
The training that I've done with Daniel has been really interesting. I like go into the church, find some key parts about it, like the history side and who made it, who is it owned by, like just history side of it. And but every church I do, like the training I do, I find it really interesting and just fun to do.
Amazing, good to know. Thank you. Eddie, do you have any questions for us as directors, or any questions that you've been asked at an event potentially, or while you're church hunting, or even by some of your friends who are outside of church hunters?
I do have one question: is why did you decide to make church hunters? Is it because of what inspired you to make this company?
We kind of spoke about this a bit in our first episode. Yeah, we started looking at churches and different villages, and we just saw a lot of them were in need of repair. And we thought we could do something about it rather than just idly stand by or become a charity. We can actually make a business that can help restore churches and make a profit. So that's kind of why we started this. And we just slowly fell in love with churches because, like we said before, none of us are really religious. Some of us in the team are, but we're not ourselves. So, we just kind of kept looking at different churches, really enjoyed looking at them, and thought, why not make a company that restores them?
And it's just overall something that's very different to what everyone else does. So it's something that can occupy us both mentally and physically. And it's also something that gives us a very big push to do something. Because it's never been done before, we can't just go online and go, how do I do this? How do I do that? We have to go and do it and learn the hard way, and learn to be able to teach people how to do something similar, or teach people to join the company and how they can help and things they can do.
Yeah, it's a job you have to kind of learn as you go along. You can't just be given a manual and be taught that way. You have to actually go out and do field work,
Yeah,
which is what
exactly.
makes it quite unique. Even for research, that side of things, or the events team, you still have to have practical knowledge of how to run the events, how to research, what to look for when you're looking at churches, how to identify the age of a church, because not all the information's available online. So you have to kind of look into it yourself, um, and just take a rough estimation on some things that you can't find online.
As much as it is information, as you may have found online yourself, Eddie, um, most of our work has to be done through either books, people that know the churches, um, or just the community in general. But talking about the community, what do you think of our like community engagement so far, and how do you think our community engagement is going? And is there anything that you think we should do, or think that the guys watching this video could do to help us out?
Every event we do is good so far. I think all the events like in Framingham, it was my first proper big one. So from my experience, I think we did well, like talking to people, giving out our little cards. But I feel like we did pretty well for what we've done so far. But with um, yeah, with Framingham, we did pretty well. With Martlesham, we also did pretty well because I thought that was good. We interacted with a lot of people. We talked about where we started, how we started, and just based on what we've done so far as a company and as a whole, I think we've done really well on the event so far, and I'm really looking forward to the next ones.
Amazing. Thank you very much. So it's obviously very different, the perspectives we have through different points of contact from where we see how the company is reaching the community. Obviously, with Samuel seeing people more at churches than at the events per se, and Eddie seeing everyone mainly at the events and less at the churches. And then you obviously have myself, who mainly only hears things through friends of friends, through other guys in the company. Obviously, I don't really see anything in person being in Australia. We don't have reach in Australia. So it's very different, the outlook we'll have, and I find that quite interesting.
Eddie, what kind of other people do you want to see on the podcast? Do you want us to have some big names on here? YouTubers, influencers?
I think we should try and get some like local businesses, like little churches around, like little companies, well, based on churches. I know there's not many of them around, but if we can find someone quite local who's interested in them, try and get them on for a podcast, or also finding like the whole team as well, like everyone in the company, get them on, get them interviewed and stuff like that, and just anyone as we can, really.
Yeah, we're going to start off with people within the company first. First off, us, the directors and stuff. Then the actual employees, then the behind the scenes people. Then we're going to have some guests that have gone viral, uh, and then content creators. But we're also going to have church wardens, all of the people that work in the local churches. We can try and get them on the podcast as well, just to talk about their own church, what they do within the church, and it should be quite interesting talking to different people. I know we were planning on doing an interview at Kesgrave Church because the people that work there have some interesting stories. Some of them are South African, Ukrainian, and that it's just nice to interview people from all backgrounds. So yeah, it would be nice to have people from everywhere come on the podcast and talk to us about
I
what they
think it'll be
like.
very interesting having some different perspectives to how they see how Church Hunters is going so far, compared to obviously how we see it as the company ourselves.
Because I think a lot of people don't see what happens behind the scenes. They don't see how much work we put in to everything we do. They just see, oh, you've not got 2 million followers, so you're not doing well. Whereas in reality, we are improving every single day.
Yeah, I think overall, we spend a lot of time focusing on projects that we do, and community outreach that doesn't really reach social media all so much. Obviously, with Project X coming up soon in the next year, there's only so much we can put on social media and tell people about it before we just tell you what it is and what's happening with it. And that's obviously not something we want to do yet. So I think it's interesting hearing different perspectives from how people see all these things outside the company, not just from how we see it as the company ourselves.
Yeah, like you said, there's lots of projects in the background that haven't been released yet, or we haven't started. A bit like the church tours. We want to get church tours in the future. So there's been a little bit of work on that side of things, but no one sees all of the work we put into those projects. So it's just which is why we started the podcast, really, just to explain what we're doing, and just have a chat with lots of different people to see their thoughts on the company. And we can also announce different upcoming events and projects. I think, I think that should be it for this episode. We've had a talk with our events manager, Eddie Austin, who's does lots of work with us. So we hope you've enjoyed learning a bit more about him, what he does within the company.
We appreciate you coming for a chat with us, Eddie. It was nice to have a catch up. And I hope all of you guys watching this video enjoyed meeting Eddie and probably getting to know him a bit more. He will be again in some of the future episodes, with some of the other guys from the team, whether that's with our English team, which is our main team, meeting some of the Welsh team as they come into the podcast. But it will be a very big mix of everything.
Thank you. Thank you guys for having me. I really do appreciate it. And I hope to see you soon.
We hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you. Amazing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. I got this. Got this.
Got this. You got this.
3.
I hate this. Let's try again.
Eddie, all I can picture of this is just like the memes coming out of this. Like, oh, we couldn't find the church. Oh,
I hate this.
I hate this.
I don't hate. I'm gonna be on YouTube like I hate this.
You're gonna go viral on Instagram.
I mean, I don't mind.
Yeah. To be fair, that's quite good.
You'd just be scrolling on Instagram one morning. It'd just be you going, I hate this.
Why are we just sitting here?
I'm
ready for the next question.
It will all be cut out though. Eddie, what would you?
I've had 4 hours of sleep and I'm doing this.
Oh, Eddie, what would you say is the?
Let me just. Eddie, what would you say is that?
Hopefully, we'll get to do more stuff in the future with different people also interested in churches.
No, it's
What was that, Eddie?
lip balm.
So, where do you see Church Hunters going in the future? Do you see it being very profitable, or staying as it is, or getting even worse? Let's find a bit more about you. Let's dive a little deeper. Where were you originally born? Where are you from?
Right, this is a podcast, not funny.
let me start these questions.
Sounds
So-
acting inappropriate. Stop it.
Right, so Eddie,
So Eddie in the future.
I'm trying to like think of a question. This is really difficult.
What are you
Okay.
doing, Brisky?
Due to modem.